The Reno lock has been queued back up, and Chongger has got the Pirate Warrior just coming out.
Okay, there we go. It's fixed. I said Mozek had won the first game, but it was Chongger, so. And I'm happy. And this matchup is pretty tough. But Mozek does have some of the absolute best cards you could have in this matchup. He's got Demon Wrath, he's got Reno Jackson, he's got Acidic Swamp Ooze, and he has Kazakus. Pack it up.
Pack it up. Yeah, I mean, this is, I actually think Reno Warlock is favored in this matchup, which is good to see that Mozek didn't ban it, because not only do I think it's favored, but he's also brought some of the other early game cards that can help with this matchup as well, such as the Mistress of Mixtures, such as the Third Rate Bruiser, and he's drawing everything that he needs at the moment. He didn't commit that Acidic Swamp Ooze too early either, which means if a big weapon comes out later on, he can get rid of that, because it is possible for you to Reno on turn 6 and still lose.
Yeah, this is a little bit interesting. He could have upgraded, which would have made the Dread Corsair... Oh, no, he couldn't have, because the Dread Corsair was already free. No, it wasn't. No, he could have upgraded and then Dread Corsair and then gotten an extra attack on the Bloodsoul Corsair, as well as
attacking face.
Attacked face, which would have put him down to 13, which would have set up lethal on board if he had not healed. And setting up lethal on board before turn 6 or before turn 5 means that you can kill him before he's even able to Reno.
Yeah, the other cool thing that can happen is you build up such a strong board that they're forced to Reno on 6 if they make it to turn 6, but they can't clear. And then the turn after, they may be at 30, but you put them back down to 15, and all of a sudden they're only 1 or 2 turns away from lethal when comboed with a Heroic Strike or a Mortal Strike or something like that.
Yeah, and this could be a big difference. Imagine if he attacked face. He would have been 4 health less plus the 1 health less from the Bloodsoul Corsair. So he would have been at 3 health.
3 health, yeah. And it would have been lethal.
It would have been guaranteed
what,
lethal.
yeah.
But I mean, I think it's guaranteed lethal anyway.
Yeah.
So I think going for the 1 mana potion.
Bottom right.
Yeah. Well, turns out you can just kill them before they're able to Reno.
That feels pretty good. It is one of the ways that Pirate Warrior wins that matchup really convincingly. I think normally if you get to turn 6 and you got Reno in hand for Warlock, you win that game almost 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. I feel like that Mozek could have had a chance there if he had gone for the 1 mana Kazakus.
Yes, yeah, because he could have gotten deal 3 damage, freeze a minion, something like that could have worked.
Yeah, he could have attacked with the Refreshment Vendor in, dealt 3 damage to 1 minion, and then frozen the remaining minion. And he would have been dead to 3 damage, but it would have potentially bought him another turn. But instead did he tap, or he went for Dark Peddler?
He went for Peddler, which isn't a bad choice necessarily because you can get the 1/3 taunt, you can get the Soulfire.
He would have been dead with 1/3 taunt anyway. So
no, because he would have killed the weapon with the ooze. He would have killed the 3
on the
board,
you're right.
And then the taunt soaks up another 3 or 3, yeah, and then he takes 5 to the dome.
So he still would have been dead to 3 damage with that play.
Yes, yep.
But is that more likely than getting? That's tough.
Than getting the freeze and the damage.
That's tough. Yeah, that's actually a tough call. Maybe he made the right choice depending on the statistics.
The problem with the freeze damage as well is you can kill the minion and it can freeze the minion you killed. So you're not even guaranteed. Exactly. You still have 50-50 roll also, even if you get the perfect combo.
You'd have to get exactly those 2. So yeah, maybe he made the right choice because 3
Headless
damage
probably got better odds. Yeah. And there are other 1 mana taunts you can get as well that isn't the demon.
Goldshire Footman.
Yep. Footman boys.
Yeah.
This is feeling really awkward because cards like Mistress of Mixtures, that's what he wanted last series. The Bruiser he wanted last series, and instead he's got them for this Dragon Priest game, and they're just not as effective here because Dragon Priest is just going to play bigger minions. They're just going to put them on the board and go, whatever, man, deal with it.
And Chongger, I feel like this is how Chongger has won a lot of his matches that we've seen broadcasted from him. I think the match that I cast from him yesterday was very quick as well. It seems to just be a steamrolling through all the way in winner's brackets still. So definitely the player to beat here. Mozek still has a chance though, but he has to win 3 in a row against the Dragon Priest, which has proven to be one of the most formidable decks of the entire event.
Yeah, I feel like if Mozek goes 3-0 here and gets knocked out, and this matchup is quite unfavored for him, I think. But it doesn't really show how well he's played through the tournament so far, and it's unfortunate it's come to this point. Chongger had an insane 27 damage combo in that first mirror. Second game, he just kind of had the nuts there with the warrior draws. even with maybe a small potential misplay on the weapon there. And then this game, it's just really heavily unfavored, and Mozek hasn't drawn the cards that he wants or needs so far. And all of a sudden, he's back in another situation where it's turn 4, he's already half health, and the opponent's staring him down with 9 damage.
Yep. Now, if he's able to stabilize, Dragon Priest doesn't have burst, which is one thing
That's true.
That
Very true.
is, definitely a good thing for in this matchup. This is interesting. Again.
So now he's choosing Kazakus. The Sheep's an okay option, but you kind of want to clear. It's probably better than freezing. Bit hard to say.
So this one is rough because he could have played Mountain Giant, and then regardless of what happened next turn, he could have Shadow Flamed the Mountain Giant, but that would be vulnerable to Shadow or Death. So this is sort of like the safe option of the two, going for Kazakus and trying to get a potion that's going to help you with the board next turn. He also has like 4 health heal that he can sort of cash in on at any point with the Mistress of Mixture. So he's sort of at 19 right now instead of 15, so he can feel a little bit safer in that regard.
And he was forced to throw away the coin that turn as well. He could have done something different like Mountain Giant Ooze and just like built a bit of a board, and exactly as you were saying, on 5 mana Priest can't really deal that burst like 6 damage that they require at the moment to you. So he could have just built a board and prepared himself to kind of stabilize on turn 5. Instead, he's still in a really awkward position, and he's not even really forcing Chongger to play anything more.
Yeah, and Chongger here is trying to figure out what amount of damage he should try and play around here. And if he had, like for the potion, because if he had played the Talon Priest, the Talon Priest would have died as well as whatever he had buffed with the Talon Priest. So that's why he decided to play with Blackwing Technician, because the 4 damage that could be possible wouldn't kill as many minions as if he had played the Talon Priest on one of his 2/1s. He could have played the Talon Priest and healed up one of the 1 health minions, but then he's not developing as much pressure on the board. So I like this play from Chongger. Very smart.
Very strong play.
Oh, yeah.
The high health is just so difficult to deal with at turn 5 for a Warlock. There are so many possibilities, but almost none of them are good at this point in the game. And what's really tough for him as well, so the Kazakus Potion, 5 mana Kazakus Potion isn't going to help because he didn't take the Polymorph and he didn't take the AoE. Well, the AoE wasn't presented to him, which I'm sure he would have taken if it was there. And then secondly, because he had to get rid of the coin last turn, he can't even combo out a couple of his 3 mana spells, such as Demon Wrath and Bruiser, which would clear a couple of minions and put a body on the board.
This is really one of those Reno games where you feel like nothing's going right, which happens because the deck has 31 of. So, it does have a potential to draw the cards sort of in the wrong order, the situational cards in the situations that you don't want them in. And now, still lots of pressure on the board for Chongger, and really not much in the ways of being able to clear it yet from Mozek.
The one thing that is going in Mozek's favor, if he can find turns to stabilize, is that Chongger hasn't drawn any of the value cards from his deck. So he hasn't gotten the Netherspite Historian, he hasn't got the Draconid Operative, which means that if he can stabilize, all of a sudden they're in kind of a bit of a top deck war, and Warlock can win from that situation pretty easily because the Priest just isn't getting value and isn't able to combo cards in the way they want.
He's really going all in on this Blackwing Technician here, trying to keep his board out of range of many of the AoEs that would be possible. So I'll play around Hellfire as well by trading in the low health minion.
Poor sequencing, right? He took an extra damage on the Blackwing Technician that he didn't need to, because he could have put the 2/1 and the 3/1 into the 4/5 and then used the Technician to hit the ooze.
Yeah.
So he just took an extra damage, which plays into stuff like the Fellfire Potion, right? That's 5 damage AoE.
Yeah, that would be a full clear, or almost a full clear in a situation where he wouldn't necessarily have full clear.
So summon 2 friendly minions. I think he's... no, it's freeze 2.
And
that's
he's
not enough.
dead. And that's going to be Chongger taking the series 3-0.
Wow.
Over Mozek. An impressive performance by Chongger. and secures top 4 at another Southeast Asian major. That's incredible.
It's just what he does.
Yeah, it is just
Plays
what he does.
Hearthstone, gets top 4 in majors.
And he's actually secured himself top 3, I believe, since he goes to winners finals.
Yes.
So that way, I know if he goes to winners finals and then loses in the. No, he secures top 3. Yeah, top 3.
Yep.
So he
Perfect.
guarantees himself top 3, which is crazy. So that's a 4th place finish in a Southeast Asia major, a 3rd place finish, and now at least another 3rd place finish.
I feel like he's trending to 2nd at the moment, but I'm sure he's aiming for 1st.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Mozek, he's not out. That was a winners bracket match, so Mozek will go down to fight through the lower bracket.
Yes, definitely.
Still some strong players remaining there as well. Naviut even is still battling
Still
out
alive,
there.
yes, still making it through the lower bracket. Hopefully we see him back soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, we do have an interview ready with the winner of that match.
All right, everybody, I'm here with Chongger, who just went 3-0 in his last match. And Chongger, first of all, I got to tell you that yesterday I wasn't cheering for you because you knocked out both of the Filipino players. But today, I have nothing but respect. That was an incredible series. How do you feel?
Feels good, man.
Yeah, feels
Feels good. Yeah, just feels good.
nothing much to say aside from that. And as the casters were saying, this is your 3rd high finish at a South